ranging effects and the measures to be put in place as well, or to be implemented in order for us to eradicate the narrative of abusing drugs unnecessarily in the communities, which may cost our health and may reduce our lifespan. And I think it is important to promote awareness and education around drug abuse, such that people can be well equipped with the knowledge in order for us to promote healthier lifestyles and also building resilient communities. And I believe I am not going to speak much, but I have come here with a team, and of course, as you said earlier on, they are students from Emmanuel Christian Academy Secondary School, well known as ECASS, and they will be actually unlocking for us what this drug abuse is all about and how people can really work hard towards improvement such that they can have a long lifespan. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. James Direma Onesmo, the coordinator for Be the Change ND initiative, for that very brief overview of the awareness. And my panelists are also members of the School Mentor Club of Emmanuel Christian Academy. And with me in the studio, I have Mr. Peter, also known as Abu Kalam. Peter, welcome to the studio.
Okay, thank you so much.
And I also have with me, yes, Peter, you were not heard well. Welcome.
Okay, thank you so much for this opportunity that I am able to make it today here to 99.9 Spirit FM. So it's really an honor, and I'm pleased with it.
Has it been a dream?
It has been a dream indeed. So out there to my listeners, for this session, I would like to just say, like, most especially, we are going to talk about drug abuse. But in the first place, I would like to really thank Be the Change for this opportunity, for all the efforts that they have done to bring us out today here to 99.9 Spirit FM to reach this information to the citizens out there. And most especially, I would be glad if really our youths are out there listening to us, because this information that we are going to pass out there, it is really going to be of a great advantage, and it is really going to help them so much. So in the first place, I would like to first define what drug abuse is all about.
We shall come to that. I know the joy is very excessive, but you're going to offload that shortly. Let me also welcome Mr. John Mawa. John, welcome to your studio.
All right, thank you so much. My name, as being said, is called John Mawa. I am a student of ECASS. I wanted to appreciate Be the Change so much for letting us be here today to also educate our fellow brothers and sisters, fathers and mothers in the community about drug abuse. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Not only that, I also have with me Manasseh Mana. Welcome to the studio, Manasseh.
Okay, thank you so much, presenter, for giving me this privilege to introduce myself. As my names have been called already, and by names I'm called Manas, the student in ECASS, and it is a privilege for me to be in this studio today to educate our young ones who are coming up in way of in their education life, and also the families, because while we are here, we have seen a lot of things that are happening, and we also thank the management of Be the Change to give us this privilege to come and also be the voice also to change in this place. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And finally also have with me Alethi Angela. Welcome to the studio.
Okay, thank you very much. As being said by the host, I'm by names of Angela Alethi, a student of ECASS, going to tell more about drug abuse.
Thank you so much, and you are all warmly welcome to this very studio, and this studio shall continue to be yours anytime, at any time and any day. You will have to come here and pass this kind of important messages that you will always be preparing, because this is the change we want to see. Let me right away give this opportunity to Mr. Peter, also known as Abu Kalam. Asan ita beagdir bi kelim lenihna yan belugat Arabia al bigul drug abuse da sunu wa sabab sunu al nas kutar bidak al badun fi modu bita drugs.
Okay, question. Yan Okay. So briefly, let me speak on English because it's what I understand best.
That's good.
Because Arabic is not something that I'm fluent in, but then I believe that the listeners out there are also comfortable with everything that I'm going to say today. So to talk about drug abuse, we simply mean it refers to the harmful or hazardous way of how we use drugs. So to briefly break this down, is drug abuse is like not using drugs in the rightful way that is what it is wanted. So we use it in a way that it will affect our health. So briefly, just about drug abuse, that is it. The misuse of drug in a harmful way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. طوال لأبو كلام ممكن تبقى أقدر بكلم لأن هنا بلغة عربية.
Okay. Thank you. I'm by the name of Ahmed Abu Kalam. I'm a student from Emmanuel Christian Academy Secondary School.
Be audible. Be audible.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I kalam ta marisa wa kalam ta siyara wa kalam ta hajada dama kalam كويس. أنا جينا ناس أنا كلام نور كلام ناس ما يشربوا كمريسة وما يشربوا سيجار بطريقة شين. يا ده كلام اللي هنا جينا فوق الليل هنا وايزول في خارية ولا يزول برا من هنا خليه يسمع كلام ده كويس. سيجارة ولا مريسة ده ما حاجة كويس.
Then right away to John Mawa, what are the causes of drug abuse?
All right, thank you so much. All right, thank you so much. I will be talking the effects of drug abuse in both Arabic and in Kakwa also. So the first effect, we find that liver failure. So when we use drug, we find that our liver, it fails to function. So this in a form that, because we know that the liver is responsible for what detoxification, or this is where the liver sucks out, like collects out the toxic part that when we take in. So when the liver functions in collection of the toxic part and it is now tired, because if you consume the drug every day, every time, the liver will get tired of removing the toxic part out, and then we find that from there it will relax, and in that relaxation we find that more toxic part is more toxic, or acidic part is still released into the liver. So we find that now the liver will fail to work. We find that the liver will fail to work because now the toxic part has made it to become what? It has made it to what? To fail to function. Now it will get tired of functioning. So de fi Arab de na de ikakwani imeda naloponda itajuna ngonarie I tokitana winiko ikiko loron. So imeda ngotogele na ngona nyom munyeni kana tiga kita kogoni meda parik adi munyena nyena dumbangologon aloro koke kaya imogonya kui awilo duka ipele kilo munyena dumadu koke bo munyena kadara dumba imedana gadi bolepe kalas doka kanya kita goso doku do tu ikuruju kudaku kuruju musu akiri bodoka kanya bo pirna kana bijo musu bolisa nupo boda pirna bai duado ades a jojo naga hendo bebe ilonde ngologon potoruka imogonyalo munyana ka dara dumba bolepe bes donu kolendo tunade lakini lungolaga kude aloro ka muguilo lisa kata so tekinda munyeni kana kalas bonti tiga kita bobu uro bo monyeka kilo bobu adinyo bobu buko kalas bo dola lula lodo bebe do boku pele da mene. So nene nango, the next thing is brain damage and the mental confusion. Yimeda we see that our brain will become damaged. That's why many people, they become mad. It doesn't mean that they are bewitched. No, because of the overconsumption of these drugs. When we talk about these drugs, we mean like bangi, marungi, yawa. So when you use them for long, you find that your brain will become damaged or you will be confused. That's why many people, you find that they will say that, hey, there are two flies. There are flies flying. What? So many things. It is because their mind has already been damaged. That's why when their mind is damaged, even the side is already confused also. That's why they see one thing as two. Nade nataju nagadi kokoro juna penye domo morane kui ayuzi kude kui atokit kilo dawa yade kudingina jo penye kakine kokoro ju imeda nagona dikine penye de sena ngara kinda e jadu ikonye imeda. So that's why kuda mara ni kuda ngutu lukata jore logon ngogele tadi more audo mara ni wutu dili yani lukwadi dilo alojo pare dilo baiga alojo ama kwenye kine akokoroju kalas ku bangi kude yawalaga do amot kude nyina jo nyina tikinda yani konye kilo do beba imeda alobu. So the other one is social isolation. We find that at times there are people, you can be in a group, or in a family, but after using this drug for long, you find that you will always be planning like to just stay alone. You will not be wishing even to be with your friends, with people whom you are together with before. You can no longer wish like being together with them. You will just be alone, and your mind will always be thinking about that thing, like even bangi, marungi, yawa. You will only just be focusing about that. Social isolation. Mana tunade ika kwani nataju nagadi sida geleng kuima mora ni nagadi ngutululo bigo bangi kude yawa kilo kude loto kitaju kilo wini ko ikikolo gon palo bukilo karanga bobeja sida naga gele kade domo mora ni karanga ka to kitaju kilo dawa ya kudinyina jo karanga ni sidani besi gele karanga be bay mindo poki ipiri na gele na kude kuse karanga kujuna gadia ni sema bangi wala yawa na bay denda ola kini bona asan kilo dawa ya de yani nyo wotola kade ka ipinyu tikinda kwenyi ka kine nyo peda kuda ngonaga baiga anapo ibe baye eju bebe ngunu magbekindi kanina ama ikala sikulu jakini kuda yesinaga anaro. That's why kuda ngutu jore ka tokita jukilo da de kudinyina jo karanga ni peda jadu lengana borikoke damene peda lengana borikoke. The other thing that I would like to talk about, one of the effect is accidents. At times we believe that accidents, if maybe someone maybe in Illuminati, someone has killed someone, that's where accident will occur. But now we find that at times accident, it is done as a result of drug abuse, because when you take like this yawa or alcohol, when you take alcohol, you find it affects your mind, and then when you will be moving on the way, you will not follow the road. That's why people will be walking this side of the road, the other side, this side of the road, the other side. Now when you are walking like this, someone may be coming from there and it will immediately knock you. So we find that what it will make us to get accidents when you use those drugs, and immediately we will die. Itajo jaka kude dungo kongolo pi ina accidents. So bai ganaga dia ni ngutulo du kuja jaka lepea ni au alenga I abiba wala denyo no nini na dingi asani imoju yawa kina jada imoju bangila jada ibe baye eju anapu do utu ikikoni, lakini yesi konkine kunu pajo kwenye konkine ajajanga kungo jore yani tindi dojar salamo tarnyena ponda do baye eju adimo tarnyena de damen do bangu kikolo ilopai po dingina gondo na ngundi do ipaila ga motoranu ponda kata ilo bodo jajakaje ina de boy kenda di sei ngolo abiba nina dingi baiga abiba ama yawa kine sena tikinda e kude bangilo nyelo tikinda e aninyo ijakani. Yes. The other thing that I would like to talk about is also stroke. We know stroke is like when one side of your body fails to function well. So this side of the body is also caused by these things like taking of alcohol. We find that it will damage our body parts. So for that reason, one side of the body will fail to work. Itaju ikakwani imedana kona dian pai gelelo mugu tiga kita ilo delolungu a stroke nyenaga kude ngutulu jore domoran au pai loko dongelo beba kita alobo au pai lo lutate be bai kita alobo bo ilongode bai ponda nagadi asanena dinyi yi bai nyosu ngola gona lobu au adinyo wala dinyo, lakini do yawa kine kude tokita juna kilo winiko kilo ngologo ngosa yawa kubangi kumarungi kui tokita se ikikola gon bai galobu nyenaga domoran kude ngutulo ayom domdo kudo moju yawa ayom dondo kudo moju taba yani dilo taba kini sabana ya ndomo juchai tabakini before do tukuruju tabakini dole leng bore do mora ni stroke na takinda do so ina nene ngona ga iririo kui a tokit kilo dawa ya kude kilo wini ko kudingina gon anajo yimo mora ni stroke ai to ani pero ametana ga dian au yikulu yani yila au Afrika kilo yikulu baiga yibasi da jada asan kubona kita no baiga kubona kita jadu kui medana ga dian ngutu lokodo advice la de kitani kita damene so the other thing that I would like to talk about is lung diseases. So we find these lung diseases by just through overconsumption of these substances like cigarette. When we take cigarette, every day you are taking it, we find that it will interrupt, like it will make our lungs to get so many diseases. So we have diseases of the lung, we have pneumonia, asthma, we also have whooping cough. These things, they come as a result of overconsumption of bangi, because we know that this...
Even the lung cancer.
The lung cancer, yeah, even the lung cancer also, it comes as a result of drug abuse, overconsumption of these drugs, and then it will make our lungs to get so many diseases when we take a lot of drugs. Namdo jonda I barini wele kudeka kwa inata juni de ayan lokido ilo ayan lokido dem baiga naga dian kudo akurja jada abodo mora ni ilo ayan de lakini medana gadi ilo ayan de do riondi nye kudo mod kilo bangilo ilo kopro de damoju da moju polo sabana wele kuda moju chai dondo moto indo iloko puro de ekene poloko puro de lutu da ya dena gadi ngololungo a lungs kilo kude kidona ina pirina gon nyo lija ni kude air kude kopro logon lo tuka ikido logon baiga alobola ipiko dunye katailo so don mona na gadian iloko pro de aidingi yenga kaya ilangsio iloko pro de aidingi yenga kaya ilangsio akir botikinda nyo lung diseases so ya de kilo diseases them igbo kunyo ikakwani na jonda la galolungu I English kilo igbo ku pneumonia asthma whooping cough don mona ngutu yola jada bo kilo ngode baiga alobo mindo ku ikoleta ko nene nangom. Also, the other thing that I would like to talk about is weight loss.
Yeah, you can make it. You can summarize it because time is running very fast.
All right, thank you so much. Weight loss. When I talk about weight loss, I mean like you will lose weight if you consume these drugs for too long. You find that if you are 80 kgs, you will run to maybe 60. But it is not good. Medically it is not good. Nata juni de nalo kuya mutu warapa dede kui atoket kilo da ya kudingina jo do mora naga de ani doja do warapa dede sala ko gumolo gona lo bijo nyelo ponda en ile modo doloji do paigele bo aiga anapu kui toketa ju kilo da ya de damene so kabeita warapa dede tindian kui awara pareda jado kurjuna do beba juki nena dingi modo kolena to mata gba jojo kolena akuta gba jojo kolena modo juki bijuna kole damene so mindo na gona dian kui gbeta pomoni bo my goda pomoni mindo kui koleta kokilo ngodem nene nango. The other thing that I would like to talk about is loss of appetite. Yani namdo jonda na de twale kakwa I momora naga diani kureni kana ngolonyo nyoina liliki bes kurena bangi kudena yawa bes nyana gbeka ikotone kude ngutul dosi damini sabado to kurujo yani la kadi kosa yan ile pio au bes ku bangi kade kutaba dole lengbori baiga nabo damene so yi momora naga diani kureni kana na nyosuna lele ngona liliki oku ibe banyo sukuru ma yi momora naga diani monye ka kilo kude muguni kana jore ni kukopuro se kudo yima ukopuro anabo baiga anabo yala na ngo mure na pitundi there are now two things remaining: change in activity or mood. You will find that before, if you are someone who can smile, you can be with people, you can laugh with people. When you engage into drug abuse for too long, you find that your mood will begin changing. your mood will change because your mind, there is a lot of smoke inside even. Your mind, there is a lot of smoke and your mind is already interrupted. You will not feel like how you had been even, how you had been feeling. You will not have the same feeling. So, nata juni de puru nangutu na gege oro jo kudo pero na do puru angutu la gayani komona anapo watekine do yani ngutu kuponda bando jonya dinyo lale akilo yani kungaja joy konuni adi kusidan kon do ba murta do yani do kosana do sida okilo ngaje lakini do mora na gadian kudo agboda ito kita juna kilo dawa ya kudinyina jo komono na gege jo kalas yani do ger do be bay boda bebe no na berona pete skoni kine ba besa timoju dolu yeji kopuro nyelo do angmoja bestaba yani do be itaba da meni do be ja kopuro so kine ngonde bayga anabo na akirna the last one is dry mouth. You find that after consuming all these things for too long, your mouth will be so dry. That's why there are so many people, you find that even the sweats that comes out of their body, they smell alcohol, they smell cigarette, you see? So your mouth will be so dry and it is not good. Ika kwani na tajuna gadiani kutuna gbo ana son parik kudo a pik iloko pro kogon iloko pro de kamaka yani do pikudo nye konu ilobeuni konu ikutuni akiri botindi an kutuno unabe sida aloson mojudo moto du pio asade yando momora na gadiani lisa yani tisoro bebe ngola gon akubulukini lelengo. So thank you so much. I would like to end here.
Thank you so much, motivational speaker Abu Kalam, and for sure John Mawa, thank you so much for making that for us. Now let me cross right away to Manasseh. What are some of the misconceptions about drug usage?
Okay, thank you so much, presenter. When we talk about misconception of drugs, the word misconception, it simply means to believe or have opinion about something or drugs that is wrong or not accepted. Ina daika kwa nyonyoga de yani yubo naga i ya wa au i kudengo naga yani pa lobu jato aku nyarala do i kata kuna ganadi ka kide aku nyarala lakini igbo kuyupe na anude na. So the common conception of drug abuse, they are as follows. I have them a bit many, but due to time I will not be going through them all. Yeah. But I will go on the basic important ones. So people have the conception of that drug abuse could drug abusers could quit if they want to. When they said they cannot, they are just being lazy. So there are people who are having that ideology of saying that those people who are smokers or those people who are taking alcohol, they can leave it simple, but it's because they are lazy. That's why they cannot make it. But that is not true. When you go to the hospital, you will find that there are people who are addicted to drugs like alcohol, marijuana, opium. These things, they have consumed them for many years and have already get contact into their blood and have entered deep into their, let me say, even the bones, whereby if they stayed for one day, they could not even leave. They will say, let me take this thing, I have to get it. So that is a misconception that people have, that when you want to leave, you will leave it. But if you said you cannot, it is your laziness, which is not okay. Secondly, there are people who have the idea of saying that that they will lose their job if they learn. I mean, if the people who are working with him learn that he has been treated for drug addiction. So you find that there are people who have that thinking of saying that if I really reveal to my people whom we are working together that I have been treated from this kind of drug, maybe they will sack me, or the manager will say, okay, from now, because you have been doing this, leave my place. But that is not so. What is important is that when you have that addiction and you feel like you want to treat it, don't be ashamed. You go and be treated, because this drug, it will be in your body. You will be ashamed of going, but at the end it will harm your life. Yeah. Once you realize that you are now dying, some people, they have understanding of saying that let me wait until if I'm now feeling myself badly, that's when I will go for treatment. But the better treatment is very important. There is another also misconception that people have on drug abuse. People believe that alcohol is different from other drugs. That is what people do believe. They will say that alcohol is not harmful. Alcohol is different from maybe opium, or alcohol is different from let me say marungi. But when you look at them slowly, they are those people, when they smoke the opium, the way they behave, it is similar to that person who is drinking alcohol. Their characters will not change because they have the similarities in other works that they are doing. You will see somebody who is who took excess alcohol, and the way he behaves, sometimes he will undress himself, he will be naked, and also likewise to that person who have smoked opium, he will also undress his clothes. And now when you look at them slowly, you might think that maybe they have taken the same drug, but when you go into detail, maybe the other person have only just taken alcohol, but the other one have taken opium. So this is a misconception that people have, that alcohol is having different from what? From other drugs, which is not right. Another one is that senior citizens don't get addiction disorders. When I talk about a senior citizen does not get addiction disorder, in a way that when you are now addicted to that thing, they have the thought that for me I cannot get maybe mental disorders, or I cannot run mad. But you will come to realize that there are people, they have been in that thing for maybe more than 20 years. At the end of the day, you will see him collecting rubbish. He will be collecting these polythene bags in the town. You will ask, what is happening to this man? They will say, you know these things, this bangilo adilode lode boy I bangi kukinga jikelo kuse kuluyenga muda nyena warandengade. So we find that at the end of the day you will become mad. But if you have that conception of saying that maybe these things cannot make me addicted or will not cause disorder to me, at the end of the day when you find yourself inside it, you will not believe it.
Make us understand who are the senior citizens when it comes to drug abuse, because somehow somebody might be confused. What do you mean exactly?
Okay. What I mean by senior citizens, you know, these are people who are deeply addicted.
Okay.
Yeah, these are people who are deeply addicted in consumption of drugs. They will go with the marijuana, they will go with the opium, they will go with the alcohol. They'll just say, these ones are nothing to me. You see, those are called senior citizens of drug abuse. Yeah.
Oh, great. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can continue with your points as we're also running out of time. Yes. Okay.
The other point I would say is that people have the conception of saying that if you can still do your job, that proves you are not addicted. Yeah. In a way that there are people who are, let me say, they are doing their work. Yes, they are benefiting in their work, but they have that addiction to alcohol. They have that addiction to the opium, whereby if they did not take, they will not dig. Like what my brother said. There are people who have that heart of saying, I cannot dig if I did not take even a very short one. I have to take it. And now they think that maybe if you are doing your work, you are not addicted. But what made you addicted is when you are taking it every day. It has already shown people that you are addicted. Because if you are saying you are not addicted, it means you will miss today. Tomorrow you will take maybe in the morning, then in the afternoon you will not even bother to take. But if you take it continuously, it has shown people already that you are addicted.
Now let's try to talk about coffee. You know, there are people, when they don't sip coffee, they say, I don't feel well. Can coffee also become one of the drugs that we are abusing?
According to the thing of coffee, I cannot say coffee is a bad drug. And I don't think if it is a drug.
Can we classify it as any of the drugs that are misused?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because when you look into coffee is really helping in a way that if you take it in the morning, you will work. Because you will have the energy of doing the work. Another issue here comes that when it is finishing, that is when you now say, I have to
you
put
begin
something.
losing weight.
You will lose weight.
Yeah.
And the strength that you need, it is no longer coffee again. There are those who are addicted. They will still look for coffee. But as for me, I will go now for food. If not food, porridge. These things I will consume because I need that energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, my friend. I think let me now cross right away to Lady Angela.
Yeah.
What are some of the preventive measures of drug abuse? Welcome.
Okay, thank you very much. Here I have 3 main prevention strategies for drug abuse. The first one here, I would say that through education and awareness, we can be able to prevent drug abuse. These are programs that educate individuals, especially the youths, about the risk and consequence of drug abuse can foster informed decision making and reduce initiation. And this one, the programs can be through radio talk, so as for now we are doing.
Yes.
And the other one to be community support programs. Outside there are other communities that are organizing workshops and so many other programs. And this one, when we engage the community in supportive activities and resources that can help provide alternatives to drug abuse or to drug use, fostering a sense of belonging and purpose.
Thank you so much. Is there anyone who wanted to add on what she has just mentioned on some of the preventive measures? Yes, welcome. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Mine is just an addition onto what my sister here has said on the preventive strategies that we can do in order to prevent this drug abuse. So she has talked some of the points, and then I will also talk some that I have. So the other thing is early intervention. So we know that these drugs are really harmful and so dangerous to our bodies that in a way that when we are to leave them for somebody that we are seeing is consuming them to an extent that is going so rapidly, then we should intervene so early so that that person will be aware that what I'm doing it's not something bad. But then now when we are to just leave the person to go, because some of the people are really ignorant about this, you find just he has seen a group or friends of his doing these activities or consuming these drugs, then in his ignorance he would go for them, but then he doesn't know that he's endangering his life. But as to us, the people who are aware of the dangers of the drugs, we are to intervene early. By to intervene, I'm meaning we are to take early steps in order to prevent the person from going for those drugs. So we call the person down, we cancel the person as early as possible before things gets worse. But then when we are to go and talk to this person when he has taken a lot of these drugs, of which he has already become so much addicted that it will be so hard to break that path. So this is what I will just have to add about it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
كان ودي فرصة دل أكون أبو كلام أصلا بكلم بلغة عربية.
Okay, شكرا للفرصة. في كلام ده هنا ما وكنا about liver failure. liver failure ده يعني ده قلبك لو قلبك ما شغال كويس، ده كلام ده تشرب مريسة كتير، تشرب سيجارة كتير، يعني تلقى حاجة فاش ما بكون شغال كويس تماما. The thing is about social isolation. Social isolation like زول يعني تلقى بمشي براو بس ما بمشي مع الناس، بس أي مهر بمشي براو تلقى بشرب سيجارة، بشرب مريسة، بلف في الشوارع، بشيل أكياس، بس بتكلم مع ناس يعني زول ما راسه ما كويس تماما. الثاني استروك يعني بس تلقى ناس بس ماشيين في سكة يعني بتكلموا برام بس يعني ما أعرف مشكلة شنو، لكن ده كلام تاع سيارة بس وكلام تاع مريسة الكثير ده. الثاني lung disease يعني لو قاعد تشرب سيجارة كتير تلقى يعني قلبك ده عندك قوة كتير تلقى عندك سرطان ده يعني by simple this one in English it is lung cancer, it is سرطان in Arabic. هذا كلام الثاني is weight ده يعني كيلو، تلقى يعني زول لو بشرب مريسة كتير بشرب سيجارة كتير تلقى يعني كيلو بتاعه في جسمه يعني كان لو زول يمكن فات مستشفى قبل شهر تلقى عنده 50 كيلو، لكن كلام تاع سيجاره كتير، كلام تاع مريض كتير، يجي يرجع مره ثانيه يلقى عنده كيلو بتاع 40 48 30. ده كلام ما كويس. الثاني loss of appetite. loss of appetite ده يعني زول تلقى ما عنده نيه بتاكل، بس كلام بده يشرب سيجاره، داير يشرب مريسه، ده كلام ما كويس. ده كلام ده سيجاره ده خليه خلوه. الثاني تلقى زول خشمه ناشف، بس خشمه ناشف، يعني ده كلام بس كلام سيجاره. تلقى زول بشرب سيجاره، بشرب مريسه، بشرب بانجي. بانجي ده بقولوا بعربي بقولوا بونغو، ما بانجي الثاني اكون اتكلم يعني تلقى زول بنادي يعني اسمه يعني زول يعني بشرب مريسة كتير، بلقى بشرب مريسة، بشرب سجاير، بشرب بونغو، وبشرب يعني بقول نفسي انه ما اقدر اخلي اي حاجه تاني، بس يعني قال هو بدا شراب ده ما بقدر بخلوه تاني. ده كلام ما كويس.
شكرا سديد أكون أبو كلام. Oh, I also want to cross right away to John. What are some of the treatment options one can undertake?
All right. Once again, it's me, John. I am here to talk about the treatment options that one should go through. Here at the first, we're having individual, family, or group counseling. So this is in a way that in the family, or when you find a group or an individual that is engaged in all this drug abuse, you need to call that person down and you need to speak to that person. Tell that person the effects of drug abuse. You need to tell that person that this thing called maybe alcohol, bangi, this marunji, all these things, they are not good. You need to tell them about the dangers so that that person can now think that, oh, I have been deceived. This thing is not fit for me. It is not fit for my body, which means I should not be part of this. Na kuya kakwani ku dawala adenyo manatu kinengo ngona rie I tokitajo na winiko ikiko loron kilo ku dawala adenyo I mamora ni nagadiane kiko togele logon I dadawa yene ilo kilo ngodena kungutulaga ilogbe itokitajo na kilo ngodena ngotogele na I mamora nagadiane ngutu mindo kukoyo koyo kudeku iba kudeka gurube nagon do aden koranga kilo kokonda kilo ngode laga do amene ko sana au kila nyarpo ki ipiri gele yan ngolo ba ko pronyelo utuje kine non ti group ki utika sko yu kukune kose kabedo yani damaju se adomo moroji se ado takindi kilimalogon aloro tinda ma leleng do jadulaga damene kilo non tingaji de bamindo takitinade do kukuju se mada kilo non tingaji doko ya kusemada akaranga faime do takitaki karanga na gadiani alunga se kusase ngolo gonta kondat na de kilo baiga alobo kudelunga monye jike ngotela ke yawa kine kude bangilo kulo ngode baiga alobo ka imogonya taki karanga nyom ngona gon anaro na gon ririe ilungo de kataina. So to murena the second one I would like to talk about having positive support, having support groups. Like when I talk about the support groups, I mean like joining sports club, church choir. When someone is already, when you find that you are now one of the victim of drug addiction, what you need to do is that you need to join football clubs, maybe church choir, so that you can be busy. Like the football club, you will be going there and you will be interacting with your fellows, and from there you will not be thinking of going into that thing again, and then you will not be having the time of it. But if you are left alone, you find that that thought will come there. When you are in the football celebrations, so many things, you find that your mind will be driven into the football, or in the choir singing, your mind will be driven into what is taking place at that moment. But when you are alone, you cannot be thinking of something away, but what you have been doing, you will always be the one to come, and they wanted you still to do that thing. Like drinking alcohol, taking bangi, marijuana. Ika kwani na tajona gona diani. Yi jujuki lubo e gurube nanga ngarakinda. Yi medakine gurube ki kine gurube ki goso ti kura. Yi jujuki lubo e gurube naga bebe ti kura kude sabab laga ti kenisa kogoni yi medana gadi ikene gurube ki kuikuluka tayo yi baisi danaga besi tina de kokono naga yani dosida a idol lakini dogbo a bize kude kure nyelo bironki dose celebrate dogbo go friends ki kade takuluta jongona gona ti kura nyena gatinda kwenyi konkini do be bajuki ye dubo kude iyawa kude itaba lakini kudogbo dado gele do momora naga diani bebe dose sida yesi kine jore pari do dadi kalas torukuna moji taba torukuna moji yawa kabena kunyo kabena ko yeyesi jore au kabena ko konda nengo nago baiga anapo yani bode jani naga dian dolu dongo jaman kudo gele ko yawa kine ina de baiga anapo. Na akirna, the last one, I would like to talk about medications. Medications can be prescribed to reduce the powerful desire for something. So we go to the health centers. So in the health centers or the hospitals, they will give you medicine. That medicine will reduce the powerful desire for something that is in your flesh. That medicine will interact with the fluid, that thing that has been created in you, that pushes you to take that alcohol, that thing that has been created in you, that pushes you to take bangi or marunji, that thing will be reduced by the medicine. Ikakwani na tajuna gadiani dawa lo nyokundo kurekak na lelengo. So imedana gadiani do kudedolo katani do jujuki utu ijibitaleo bodo teki dawa logon nyokundo kurena kak kurena gon kudena yawa kudena bangina dawa yakata kudolo ko keni ini dem natakinda dona gadiani nyo dama kibori ijibitaleo kogoni yi aingara ngona rie i tokitana winiko iki koloron kilo yi aingara ngokine ling. So damane bori imuses payum anyendo tiki dawa logon nyokundo kurena ekak yi kude kilo kude ka kilo yi bajuki sidani yom gelela ni do bajuki mojuna yawa yom gele do bajuki mojuna taba yani yinyo su bebe ngona ilo o inakure de ajada inakure de nyo ka iji bitale dawa nyelo tekido. So tinate pare presenter
Yetaduma. Now let me cross to Peter. A call to action. What will be your call to action as we have had a lot of effects of drugs in our body and in the society? Welcome.
Okay, thank you so much. So, I believe if you would give me some time to talk about the causes of drug abuse, because
yes.
we really know what makes some people to really take these drugs.
Okay.
So, in the first place, let me talk about, in the physiological causes, let me talk about stress and anxiety. So, simply when I talk about stress, this one is a national response of the body to pressure. When you are stressed of things, you are not settled and you're not comfortable, you are just stressed. So this one, you feel like, what should I do to chase away this stress? So you find out that some people will then move to take alcohol and then to take these drugs, the marijuana, the opioids, all these drugs. That is all because of stress. That is one cause. Then the other one is anxiety. So this is an act of like you are feeling scared. You have that fear in yourself. Maybe something has happened, then you have that fear. But then you see the fear is not too much. So what should I do to chase away that fear? Yeah. So you find out some people will then engage in taking these drugs, things like alcohol. In most cases, most of our young youths believe that if you take alcohol, it takes away stress and depression. But then sincerely speaking, that is a lie. Because you find out that you will take that alcohol, but then it is endangering your life. It will reduce on your lifespan, but you will not be knowing. That is just ignorance. But then today we're here to tell you that these are not the right measures that you should take. Yeah.
Okay.
So the other one is environmental factors. We see here that there is lack of supervision by parents. So more especially this one, I would like to encourage parents that when we don't talk to our children at home, we don't supervise them, you don't give them guidelines, you don't teach them in a rightful manner, you see that children will go out there and then they find out bad friends that will also engage in taking these drugs. This is also another way of what? That will cause a child to get addicted to taking drugs. Yeah. So let me talk also about genetic causes. So this one here, genetic causes, you find out that your father was once a serious drunkard. Because of ignorance, he was unable to overcome that situation. He was so much addicted. But then you inherit it, because there is what we call genetics, the genes of your dad or it can be your mother. They are the same with your genes. So you then inherit, but it is not to your will. You find out that there are some people, they ask them that, why is it that so and so is too much in alcohol like this? Then somebody will say that this one, he might have inherited from the dad, because the dad was once a drunkard. So also the genes also. Then also the other one is, some people have a belief that, like what my brother was saying here, they have a belief that if they are to take something, they will be able to do a particular job. But then they don't know that they are endangering their lives. Like, maybe let me take an example, like teaching. Some teachers, they believe that if they are to take this alcohol, they will do best in it. But then you participate best in it, but then it will endanger your life, killing your liver, it will destroy your lungs and so many other parts of all organs of your body, of which you will be so ignorant about it. So proceeding to the actions, to the call of this. So the action to this is like, what should we do so that we put a pause to this? So this one here serves to everybody outside there that is listening. You have a role in this country to play, to put a pause on drug abuse. And also I myself have a role in this. As currently I'm here speaking, I'm already playing my role. So you outside there, you also have a role. The organization outside there have roles. The community leaders outside there, they have roles. So the first call is, we should say no to drugs. We should say no to drugs, to the young youths. The drugs that you are seeing other people are consuming, you who has not yet started, say no to it, because it is dangerous. It endangers your life. It reduces the lifespan of your life when you start taking it. Then the other one is, speak up through educating others on the dangers. When you have seen that somebody is engaged too much in this consumption of alcohol, taking of marijuana, opioids, you who is educated and you have the knowledge, you should convince this person in a right way, a right approach. Because there are some people who just come, why are you taking this? It is not good. You don't know how to approach the person. But then, for you to convince that person, you want to help that person, you should go to that person politely, and you approach the person in a polite manner, in a way that the person will even understand you. You educate the person on the dangers of these drugs. So that is also another way. Then we also take action through creating prevention programs. Like outside there, like currently for what Be the Change has done, it moves in different communities to create awareness, not only basically on drug abuse, but on so many activities, things to do with suicide. So they are creating this program so that they will educate the people on the dangers of these drugs that they are taking or they are consuming. Then also this one is to the communities. The communities also have a role to play, more especially the community leaders. You come up in a way that you come with organizations, then you call the youths together. You enlighten them on the disadvantages of drugs. You talk to them, you give them courage, you speak measures to them of how to come out of this. For those ones that have already started, you give them measures, you create activities that will make them get engaged in, to spend their time in, instead of just being lonely, isolating themselves, then taking these drugs, of which it will endanger their lives.
Thank you so much. And we are only 7 minutes to the top of the hour, and we are supposed to talk to the listeners, and time is also trying to drag us behind. Maybe let me give this opportunity to Abu Kalam to have what you have just said, the call to action in Arabic, maybe in 2 minutes.
اي خلاص علينا جينا في الطريق كيف نخلو كلام بتاع مريسة وكلام بتاع سيارة. يعني كلامنا بينا يعني خلاص، يعني الناس المسؤولين في هلا هناك ولا حكومة ذاته بنفسه. يعني كلامنا بيجي يعني زول تلقي زول بشرب سيارة يعني يقول له كلام ده ما كويس، كلام ده كده ما كويس. ويعني في ناس بيقولوا قال كلام ده أبي قال بشرب سيارة من كان، أبي قال أمي قال بشرب سيارة من كان. كلام ده خليه خلاص، أبوك فات بكلام ده، أنت خلاص أنت ولد ولا أنت بناء بتاعه خلاص خلي حاجات ده كله كلام ده بيجي ما كويس. وكلام تاني يعني أنا اللي يجي زول بشرب مريض ولا حاجات زي ده، يعني تخش عليه وتتكلم معه يعني قبل ما يمشي خلاص كتير ولا بيجي يشرب سيارة بيجي يعني بيجي خلاص مره واحد بيجي يمشي عريان ولا بيجي يمشي كده. يعني ده مش له قبل زمان خلاص دير ابدا يا دوب ده. يعني زول اول مره دير يشرب سيجاره الليله ممكن تقول له كلام ده يعني كده خليه ما تشرب سيجاره ده. يعني ده كلام انا عندي له وشكرا للفرصه.
شكرا سديد. انا اديت بودي فرصه لزول واحد هل جايز اللي عنده سؤال ممكن لو في كلمه بتاع تسجيح دي فرصه نحن بنشيب لكم 0922 899 899 او 0922 244 989 او 092 3 991 999 دي اللي الارقام بتاعتنا. وفي مكالمة الأولى في ذاك الاستديو كده كنا بونس بيو سبيريت اف ام.
Hello, Radio Spirit.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you.
Your name?
Okay, I'm by the name of Najat Grace.
Najat, welcome.
Thank you. So it's my pleasure to speak to you this evening.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah, it has been a really so marvelous communication from you guys. So from the point of discussion, you have been discussing about drug abuse and specifically of the focusing mainly on the social drugs and the non-medical drugs, of which I was thinking drug abuse is not only like the social drugs, but also we have the medical drugs that most people in the community, they do abuse.
Such
Let me
as?
give
For example?
For example, we have the tramadol. We have tramadol. Most of the youths, they are abusing this drug, and this drug is used only to reduce pain. Not anyhow pain, but severe pain. A pain that someone cannot be able to endure with it. So this person can be given this tramadol. But most youth, I'm seeing most of the youth now, they are using this drug for excitement. Yeah, for excitement, which is not right.
Okay.
So.
Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Not only that, but also we have like the prescription from the medical facilities. You may find out someone is being given a drug written that 2 times 3, and that person can take overdose of that drug, and that one can lead to death sometimes if it's not managed. That one is also drug abuse.
Okay.
So I may urge like the organizers, like next time if they are organizing for such kind of programs, they should at least also put some other things that can, such kind of things that can also contribute to drug abuse.
Okay, thank you.
You may find out that there are some elders, when they are given this drug, they don't even follow the prescription. And at the end of the day, their target or the treatment that they are undergoing may not treat the specific disease that is they are trying to treat. And that one, they may end up saying that, dawa dana silu walai dawa de magi saka sigisi mtaenda kulukulu. Because umoni ama silu dawa de beteriga alkwen.
Okay.
O haja tani de kamande na simunu, then I see dakati is doing this. Sometimes they give medications and they don't monitor. They don't do follow up. Pesa ngana wejilo dawa de yani obsafiyatu marhala. Tager fi wala tager mafi.
Okay.
So
Shukran Sidid Najat.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay. Unfortunately, we are time bad and I will not be able to pick any call at the moment. I think what we got from Najat, I can just say it is an additional point, and she also a call that next time the show should be much more broader, meaning that be the change next time when we shall be here in the studio talking about drug abuse. We should make it much more broader, not only talking on the social drugs, should also go to the medicinal drugs. And thank you so much. Maybe I give each one of you some 30 seconds for your final remarks, and let me begin with you, Abu Kalam. آخر كلمة بتاعك.
شكرا للفرصة. آخر كلمة بتاعي بس يعني أنا بونس يعني أي زول في برا هناك يعني شباب وشابات أبهات وأمهات يعني لقي جناك دير أشرب سيارة ولا دير أشرب مرزة يعني نقول له كلام ده السيارة ده ما كويس.
اوكي
كلام
شكرا. يس رسالة بتاعك تاكر طوال زمن تنا جيجر. يس
Okay, syukuran pari na kwa ika kwa ngonago na dududo kunyena na kwa na gadia ni monya jika kuita gbe ngutu laga dola ka dola laga ito dire ka beta ko kuju ngutu ka bedo kuju na gadi kolelo ngo lakin do ko ndanye do.
Okay.
Amen.
Yete.
Inate.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Idu tena kwa yadi igbo sakabula kuingine taki lira ku imoro na kelongolai ko konda kelola bebe drug abuse kilo mindo ku ikole kol because ko yaku kol molulu ikuroji bornaga yani life laga zatu ibajuki dumu na bori koke.
Okay.
So ila wadla na ko yete.
Yete.
Okay, thank you so much. To my conclusion, just outside there to the youths that are listening to us, believe that this drug abuse are really endangers to our life. It is really affecting us so hardly. So what I would just have to say is that no matter how hard it is, try to control because it will be of an effect to you in some time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Finally to Alethi.
Okay, thank you very much. My message to the youths outside there, what you have heard from us is enough, and it's for you now to put it into consideration before you come and regret that suppose if I wish and I knew.